I think sometimes the unspoken message, and sometimes maybe not even that unspoken, is that as Zen students, we're supposed to somehow become perfect beings. And first of all, that's not possible. And second of all, it doesn't do us any favors to think this, even if it's not being spoken overtly and maybe even cautioned against. I think human nature is to try and do that, to become better. I always say it's a little bit like we find the most beautiful painting of the Buddha, like the one that's behind the altar or in a book or something, and it's very lovely, and it's all the bodhisattvas are, looking up at the Buddha, and we take our little X-Acto blade and we cut out the face of the Buddha very carefully, and then we stand behind this painting and we put our own face in there. And then we pretend like we're this sort of perfect Buddha. I mean, everybody goes through this, kind of idea. Some people get stuck in it. Some people reject it. The notion that we're supposed to be somehow practice is going to make us better. I know it's a controversial position, but if anything, practice will perhaps give us some insight which will allow us to be less likely to compare ourselves to our past self with some sort of linear expression of betterness. Maybe that can be something that will result from practicing. I doubt that there will be any actual betterment. Someone might argue with me about that. Certainly, if we have a goal in our mind that we're going to practice in order to become better, that's some difficulty. That'll create some difficulty for us and perhaps our fellow practitioners. So that idea that we're not perfect now and that we're going to, through practicing, we're going to improve somehow is erroneous, and I think can be disposed of as soon as possible. Then someone might say, so maybe someone's thinking it right now, well, then what the heck are we supposed to do? What are we doing here then if we're not trying to become better? That's a very good question. And that might be the very question that is revealed to us when we stop trying to be better, when we stop trying to fix ourselves by doing whatever it is that we do, going on a diet or sitting in a Dharma room or running around the neighborhood at 6 o'clock in the morning or going listening to a podcast that helps us, have a better idea about things. Well, if practicing isn't to make us better, then what is it for? My idea is that practicing allows us to find out who and what is sitting there. Not to project an image of betterment on the thing that's sitting there, but just to experience it at face value in an authentic way. Not in a way that wants accolades or is afraid of a mistake or is afraid of accolades or afraid of none of the above or any of those things. Just this question that we are encouraged to look into, what is this, or what am I, or any of those variations, What am I doesn't suggest the broken I is going to figure out something about the better I. It doesn't say that. It's not asking that question. It's asking, what is this? I think it's human nature to get a good feeling from practicing and want to share it with other people. But ultimately, a good feeling will turn into a bad feeling, and a bad feeling will turn into something else. And so our practicing is not about getting a good feeling or getting our problems solved or getting things to go away that we don't like. It's about actually embracing what actually is.